All right. I need to figure out why this headphone is not working. Son of a bitch. Why won't you just work, man? Ah. I think my headphones are dying. Something's wrong with them. They do this weird shit where they just don't want to connect sometimes. One will connect and the other one won't. I don't understand it. There we go. Yeah. I don't really know what happened. All right. Drink my creatine. Yeah, you do. What's up, man? I know, dude. That one's just for you, Odin. The sexy sub-month badge. How you doing, dude? How's the elbow? I'm gonna do deads today. I'm gonna try with the hex bar and see if I can get 405. I think that'd be cool. I don't know if 405 fits on the hex bar, now that I think about it. I'm gonna have to do conventional. Uh-oh. My current is 395, so bit sore. You've been busy, yeah. So, I mean, I got my first shot on Thursday. So I got to go in 2 weeks and get another shot. And then a week after that, I'll go in and get blood labs and we'll see where testosterone levels are sitting at that point and move forward from there. But I mean, I think, you know, I mean, to my understanding, dude, like once the body stops producing, you know, sufficient amounts of testosterone, it doesn't really tend to pick that back up later on in life. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's all kinds of things that people say you can do and stuff you can eat and this and that and dietary changes. And I mean, I eat pretty healthy, you know. I feel like, you know, the bigger cause of all this kind of shit is really just like quality of food, in particular protein. You know, like the way that livestock is treated and handled and raised, hormones, antibiotics, all that crap. It's hard to keep it out. Bald streamer. Are you bald? I hope so. If I come to your stream and you're not bald, I'm gonna be like, you liar. Every time somebody follows it pauses my music though. That is kind of annoying. Don't really understand why that happens. Like, confused. But anyway. Liberty Street Rock with an epic raid. How was the rest of the day? How you feeling after those deadlifts? Pumped up on Liberty Street Rock's Fitness Frenzy, kicking off with Saturday soreness. They're smashing cardio like a boss. From hit to heavy deads, their home gym is where gains are born. Music jams fuel the grind, push-ups pile up with every new follow. Chest days, they're all about that growth life. Oh my dog, what is going on with said dude? Mom boss lady, what is up? How are you? Wait a minute. Conformal Hawk. Everybody's in here today, huh? Hell yeah. It's gonna be a good day. I am good. Awesome. Hawk, how you doing, man? I saw you on this morning. I was kind of lurking through all of the Twitchscape, and I glanced at your stream for a brief moment in time. I don't think I said hello. I don't know. I think my cat's got in a fight or something. Like, it happens, dude. Should get one for Mom Boss Lady as well. Flexing in Hawk's nest. From Hawk, pumps up. Dude, I hate how I can't read it though. They pumping up the vibe with muscle mornings and game nights. Rise and grind through weeks of arm, back, chest, shoulders, legs. Leg workouts on rest days, question mark. It's all about gaining gains, Pal World adventures galore, whether you're here to be a baller, I don't know what that means. You've got the inspo to keep you moving, dude. Oh yeah. And Mom Boss Lady, it's been a minute, Mom Boss Lady, how you been? How are things with you? Stream is a divine gym where faith muscles get swole. Faith muscles, I like that. They're all about that holy grind. Lifting spirits while preaching the good word. Oh man. Last spotted helping David save Goliath. There, the spiritual spotter you didn't know you needed. No recent VODs. The blessed. I don't know what the rest of it goes, but that's an awesome shout out for Mom Boss Lady. I really need a second phone so I don't have to kink my head. Good to be back. Well, glad to see you again. I know Another person though, I'm curious, Liberty, what's up with Mr. Adventure Seeker? I haven't heard or seen from him the last time he was in here. I think Raz and us both. But yeah, no reply. Yeah, you said you were gonna. I know I was gonna. Yeah, I was thinking about doing the same thing because it's like it's been a little while. It's one thing that sucks about being involved in social media and stuff like that is like sometimes you meet people and you hit it off and you connect and then gone. Like, and you never hear from them again. Never see them, never nothing. Right? I mean, things happen, right? I get it, I understand. Life gets in the way. I mean, but yeah, it tends to happen quite a lot if you're a influencer, right? You meet a lot of people and then they leave. It's just the way it goes. So that can be disheartening sometimes. But I don't know, I guess you kind of get used to it. I mean, I've been streaming for a long time, so it's happened to me quite a bit. I've been on multiple platforms. I developed relationships with people. Some people I still keep contact with on a very, very rare basis. Like, I met a guy when I first was streaming. We were playing Ark, and I met him, and he was from Australia, right? And every now and again, I mean, his schedule changed. He got a totally different type of workload, and everything changed for him. He went through a divorce, and things like that happened, and just changed. We weren't able. And Australia's the opposite fucking side. I mean, it's like Odin. I mean, he's like the other side of the day, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking bedtime for him. Right? Like 16 hours ahead, 18 hours ahead. So, makes it hard sometimes to keep contact when schedules drastically change and you're so far apart. But Belissa, she's another one. I mean, she's still actually, I believe, subs, man. And she'll come in and lurk every now and again. She's rarely ever talks in chat anymore. But I talk to her. I reach out and, send her messages every now and again. Anessa, another one that's kind of like, she's in Australia too. And Belissa's from Germany. So it's crazy, man. You get to meet people all over the world. Like, talk about different cultures and laws and differences between healthcare. And it's very interesting, eye-opening, dude, in a lot of ways. Because you're like, especially being here in America, how much shit we're fed. It's just all bullshit, dude. Yeah, it's a shame, I mean, dealing with health issues, my doctor has gone a specialist crazy. Every time I turn around, he's sending me to a new one. The 14th, I'll be endocrinologist for the day, and I'm tired of it. My family members are calling me names. Why are they calling you names, though? Like, what? I mean, like, what? I mean, is the doctor just, I mean, it seems like the doctor might just be trying to pinpoint some kind of larger issue with you, maybe. Sometimes that can take a while. I mean, tests are, I don't understand why the family has to be so rude about it. That's not nice. 5 or 6 people Haven't seen in a long time on here. We're active, yeah. Yeah, saying you're a hypochondriac. I mean, but like, yeah. I mean, like that you're just like fabricating up all this stuff, or what? Is that, I mean, is that like what they're thinking? You know, when my wife was younger, and when my wife was younger, she had this eczema, right? It got all over her face and her head, and she still deals with this every now and again, right? And this she was going through all this stuff, and like she went to the doctor for it. She had some other issues going on, and you know, depression, high anxiety, right? And whatever, during this time frame, the doctors were like telling her that she was making all this stuff up, and like it was causing stress, which was causing her to break out into this, you know, rash, right? Like it was a stress related rash, not, and then later on, you know, she was properly diagnosed with high anxiety and depression, and, you know, then, you know, put on medication for that, which she's now no longer on, because I really dislike a lot of the medications that are meant for depression, and so does she, because they come with such heavy side effects. And, you know, honestly, like smoking pot, taking a little CBD is kind of just a lot fucking better. Safer, but yeah, that sucks. I mean, how the hell would they know? You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck do they know how you're actually feeling? The things that are actually happening in your body. Nobody knows that. Nobody can assume that you feel or don't feel something, right? I mean, sometimes we can get in our own head, and sometimes we can kind of, you know, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, your calcium level is too high. That's why he's sending me an endocrinologist. Yeah, well, I mean, well, what's new in my world, Mom Boss Lady, is I went to the doctor and I had blood work done, and I found out that my testosterone levels were like next to nothing. So, explains a lot with how I've been feeling, brain fog, mentally, just kind of down in the dumps and in the fucking gutter with my mood, you know? Not so much like full-on depression, right? You know what I mean? But like, just unexplainably not happy, you know? Like, and so I was like, fuck. And I went in, had another doctor's visit. They took a second lab to confirm these results, and the results were confirmed. So they started me on TRT, 0.75 milliliters every 2 weeks right now, right in my ass. I got all the stuff. I'm just like, so I guess now at this point I can no longer claim natural status. But no, I mean, I'm trying to be as open and honest with people about this as possible, because I feel like this is a bigger problem than what might meet the eye. Doctors don't necessarily test for low testosterone unless they see a need, right? So like, I mean, if they don't see the need to test for low T, you know, I mean, I kind of requested it when I was 40. When I turned 40, I talked to my doctor and I was like, hey, look, you know, I lift weights, I'm, you know, pretty active, like, this is important to me. Testosterone levels in my mind, you know, I mean, I feel like it's an important thing. I'd like to keep monitor on this. What do you think? And he was like, yeah, you know, not a problem. He's like, generally between like 40 and 50, we would start testing. And so he got me, and it was like 384 or something like that way back then. Like this is like 2.5, 3 years ago, right? And so then I was trying to get tested again, like after a year, because he wanted me to come back a year later, right? He's like, okay, we'll test again in a year. And so I was trying to get that all scheduled, and we just had a nightmare fucking thing with the doctors, right? And so we changed doctor clinics, and so it took me a little longer. So it's been like, I want to say like 2.5 years since I got my initial tests, right? So from being down from like 384 down to 60 in the course of 2.5 years is a very significant decline. And when, you know, a secondary test confirms that and the diet doesn't seem to be the issue, then something else is up, right? Yeah, that's low. That's really low. That's why I'm saying, like, it's extremely low. Like, so testosterone is kind of measured on the scale of 1 to 1,000, right? Like, so let's say if you're a male, and your testosterone levels minimum at an older age, they would like to see you at like 110 to 220, right? And even within that window, you might be recommended to go on to TRT, depending on how you're feeling, right? What your doctor thinks. So if you're above 220 to 575 is like perfect. That's ideal, right? And anything above 575 is too fucking high. That has, you know, testicular cancer risks. You know, a lot of risks come with being too high. A lot of risks come with being too low. Depression in particular, mood swings on both sides, right? Like depressed on too low, pissed off too high, right? Like, so there's a good fine balance that needs to happen. And as you age, the body just declines in production. It can affect rest, it can affect thoughts, you know, your sexual drive, the size of your junk, balls, all this stuff can be affected by this, right? The things that I'm seeing the most is more mentally, right? Like my sexual drive hasn't really been affected very much. I mean, maybe if I would say more so within the last 6 months than within the last year and a half. Within the last year and a half, it's been a very severe mental decline. Not being able to think quite as clearly as I used to, just not having the drive, the motivation, not being able to lose weight, right? Like my fucking weight, I can't fucking lose weight. I'm getting pissed off. Like, so there's like all these things that, like, when you look at them at a whole and then put my blood work next to it, you're like, oh, perfect. This is the problem. So we'll try it and see. I mean, I don't know. Must be common now because you see a ton of commercials on the subject. Well, and I think, look here. So like, I think part of it's this, right? Because there's a pretty bad stigma with TRT, right? And testosterone replacement therapy, hormone therapy in general. Because anytime you fuck with your hormones, you fuck with your body's ability to produce those hormones, right? So I will never ever be the type of person that would ever recommend that somebody go start taking TRT just because they feel the fucking need. You know what I mean? Like, you need to go get extensive blood work. It's a controlled substance. If you start taking it without proper monitoring from your doctor and stuff like that, you could jack your fucking numbers to the root and end up with, you know, a bunch of shit you don't want to have, right? Like, so it needs to be a very monitored process, right? And the only way to do that is by getting blood labs, right? You need to understand how much you're putting into your body, be consistent with that, and then monitor blood work in between you know, at a consistent interval so that you can make the adjustments required as a doctor, right? And I think more of this is just coming, you know, people are trying to kind of open people's eyes to it. And, you know, like youth, it's a big problem with youth because they abuse the shit out of it, right? They find, oh, well, more testosterone means more muscle mass, right? To some degree, yes. I mean, the more testosterone a person has, the more capable their body is to build more muscle mass. Yes, that is true. It helps males while they're going through puberty. Like, there's a lot of things that testosterone does, and ultimately it really is, like, I think one of the better substances that you could be on to improve your performance, right? Like, and now because of that, kids and younger people want to fucking get on it because they're like, hey, it made me fucking big, I don't give a fuck, fuck all that, it ain't gonna happen to me. Well, yeah, we were all fucking young and dumb once, so we understand that whole entire fucking thought process, right? But being young and dumb, you fucking don't. And so there's a big problem there with, you know, it being fairly easily accessible, and you know, you have all these self-proclaimed internet fucking doctors and fitness professionals who are willing to give you TRT, right? There's always going to be people out there that abuse things. Yeah, there will be. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, like I was talking to my wife too, I'm like, well, it's a controlled substance, you know, so is like methamphetamines, right? But like, if I go on Instagram and I try and sell meth, right? Or if I go on TikTok and I try to sell meth, what happens? How long does that last, right? If I'm showing fucking vials of meth and people smoking meth and shooting up injections into their arm like, hey, yeah, man, contact me for all your meth needs, right? But you know what you say, and that's a controlled substance, right? Illegal. So, well, so is testosterone. Testosterone is also a controlled substance, but here's the big difference. There's people all over the place on TikTok and on Instagram that are talking about how they can hook you up, and nobody fucking does shit about it, right? You fucking contact them, emails there, it's all there, right? And nobody's taking their shit down, right? You know what I mean? Like, so it's a big problem. It's really easy to get your fucking hands on it without proper, you know, consent. So it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a very big problem. And I like, that's why I'm not going to lie about it, right? If people want to think differently of me because I started this, whatever, you know, I started this because of my own health reasons and under extreme recommendations from my doctor, right? Like, my doctor recommended me to start TRT. Like, my numbers are low as fuck. So for me, it's kind of, I'm justified here, you know? All right, what the fuck? I am going to, hold on. I think we need this side here. Yeah. Oh, I wonder how much weight I can put on there. I definitely won't be able to put all bumper plates, but I think these bumper plates are a little bit bigger than an actual plate. So it'll help me be able to put the actual plates on. I should be able to get to what I want to be able to have on here today. Deadlifts all day. Well, not all day. This is all I'm doing though. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just doing deads. Hey, what is this? What's happened? Stefan, Spliff, what's up? Yeah, that's different than some kid abusing it. Yeah, because like, you know, when you're older and your levels naturally decline, then the likelihood of your body starting to produce an abundant amount anymore is much more less, right? You're doing 100 burpees per day for a month. That's crazy. In December, I did 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and 100 sit-ups every single day for the whole month to finish off the year. And then I finished it with like a max effort, like push to see how many push-ups I could do. I think my current best right now for push-ups is 68 in one go, and those are like solid as fuck too. I want to be able to do 100 by the end of the year. That's my goal. So I need to make a couple things happen. I need to lose weight. I got to get myself down to like 175, and I need to preserve the muscle mass that I've been working so hard to build over the last 2 years. You know, never let your mom cut your hair. I cut my husband's hair one time and he won't let me cut it again. Which was the hardest? I mean, the push-ups for sure. Like, the push-ups are definitely the hardest. Squats are pretty easy. I mean, especially when we're talking about those numbers, right? Like 100 squats with no weight is easy. 100 sit-ups, that's not too bad. Like, I can't do 100 sit-ups like in one go. I could probably do 50 and then 50. But the way I would do it would be like, I would do like 10, 10, and 10, right? And do a little circuit, or maybe like 20, 20, 20, or, you know, whatever. It was different every time. I kind of switched it up. But yeah, I do like push-ups though. They're probably my favorite thing. I love the versatility of them, right? They're super versatile, and they're just such a great move. All right. Show you guys a trick. No barbell jack, no problem. You can't really use a barbell jack on hex bar. You know, a little fucking 5-pound or 2-pound plate works just fine. 100 squats per day, but on the, oh yeah, it makes it actually really hard. Yeah. Any form of instability you can create, definitely. Yeah, Squat-tober. Dude, was that was the 30-minute challenge, right? I think, dude, what was I can't even remember. I don't know if anybody beat me, to be honest. I'm not sure like how many people tried, but I hit like, well, if we're looking at juniors, Junior beat me. Because Junior said, according to Junior, he did like 800, right? 800 junior squats. He was moving, dude. That kid was fucking moving and he was sweating. Oh, man. Yeah, Junior won, dude. He's the official squat champion. Yeah, it was mine 721 in 30 minutes. That's crazy. And they were pretty good squats too. Like they did get a little bit sloppy though. That's a fast pace, man. Thinking about it right now, like thinking about 720 squats in 30 minutes time. I mean, dude, that is like, was it only 30 minutes? It was only a 30-minute challenge. I couldn't walk for like 3 fucking days after that, dude. I was like, so done. Didn't like my 500 squats. I know, right? That biased judge, dude. I think you should. All right, let's see here. Hey, we're at 225 right now, so let's go. All right. Do we just keep bumping a plate or like, I'm feeling pretty good actually. Maybe I'll go a 25 pounder and start doing like 3 reps. Get up to like, yeah, we'll do that. I'm going with my gut here, you know? I've got enough room to put probably 405 on this thing, and that's what I would love to be able to do. I don't know. You think this is an easier deadlift than conventional? Like, do you think that it would be possible to lift more weight this way or in a conventional type of stance? I almost feel like this would be your stronger way because it lines up a little bit better, you know? Like when you're doing an actual conventional deadlift, right? You've never used a hex bar? They're really nice because they go around you, right? So like, you know, and your hands are like this rather than this, less stress on the elbows. Like you're able to, you know, I mean, you're able to keep everything in a straight line because, you know, now you don't have to clear your knees, you know what I mean? But maybe not as much lower back engagement. It's more of a drive straight up, I would say, right? You know, it's a lot easier to drive from the heels and generate just straight up vertical power, you know? I think for that reason, I feel like this would more than likely be a stronger lift for most people. I don't know though. This kind of makes sense in my mind, you know? Hey, this guy was here yesterday at the gym in the afternoon, and he came out and asked me for a spot. He's like, oh, I haven't benched in a while, so he's like, I want to get like 3 or 4. I think he did 5, dude. He's pushed out 5 reps, right? Or maybe he was 2 to 3, and then he hit 4. Dude, did you see him? I don't know if the camera, like I didn't really pay much attention to where my camera was pointing, but that fucking guy was a beast, dude. He was strong as fuck, man. And then when I was leaving, holy shit, man, this other dude came in. He was like, I was walking out and I got into my car and like I was putting my backpack in and I saw this dude get out of his truck. This fucking guy's arms, dude, were like as big as my legs, bro. He had a vein sticking out of his fucking arm. It was just like, whoa. It's just crazy, dude, when you see, like, you know, it's one thing to see these guys on camera, you know what I mean? But like when you actually like see one of these dudes like that's like actually like carrying that much fucking mass around, dude, it's just, yeah, no cam, but listening. I mean, I didn't really want to put him on blast, you know what I mean? So I wasn't like, oh, let me get this on stream. I just put my camera around the corner real quick, you know? I'm like, I wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, he did really good, dude. It was a solid set. Plus, I was kind of in the middle of a circuit as well. So I was like, you know, I didn't mind stopping to help him out, but I wanted to get back to what I was doing as quick as possible too, you know? But hell yeah. I'm an awkward ass motherfucker in social situations, dude. It's hard for me to exist in public with people, dude. I get really anxious, you know, and like nervous just because of the way that I think I've been treated my whole life, you know, like it's just like trauma, dude, you know, from being bullied when I was a kid and being picked on and, you know, constantly like having people want to fight with me over something. I don't know. I guess I mean, I kind of do bring it on myself, I think, a lot of times, but I mean, I don't really mean to, you know? It's just the way I am, my curiosity, dude. Like, I just speak my mind sometimes too much. All right. Oh, baby. Yeah. And these are still 45-pound bars, too, the hex bars. So they're no different than a regular bar. Oh, we're up to 315. 315, right? Yeah. I'm gonna drink some water. It's crazy, you know? When you hit a plateau, I feel like if you hit a plateau and you're stuck, right, with like certain numbers or certain weight at certain reps, right? It's like your working loads, right? If they're just failing to kind of increase, I feel like sometimes doing a max attempt can bust you right through that plateau because, okay, it does a couple things, right? When we're working at a working load of, say, you know, such percentage of a max, if we even know our max, right, to give a percentage, then by doing a max lift, we're able to actually compare values, and a lot of times we might actually do more than what we think our current max might be. And so having that kind of reinforces our mentality to understand that we are actually stronger than we think. And that's where a lot of this becomes a huge mental game, right? Like in the gym, lifting weights, most people are actually stronger than they think they are, right? It's just we don't understand how to lock into that potential, right? And like if we combine a little bit of, you know, repetitive practice and knowledge and, you know, understanding about how to keep good form and stuff like that, then it just becomes a mental thing, right? At that point, we're just, you know, we just have to remove the negativity, remove the doubt, fucking get rid of the limitations, and just focus on lifting, right? Doing max lifts is, I mean, I don't really do it all that often. It's fun. I sometimes find it hard to take really long rest times, but that's why when I do, I'd like to pick one exercise and just go with it and do big maxes and start going, get the weight up and lift it until you can start to lift one rep, and then just keep going, one rep until you just fail, right? Just keep adding weight, resting 3 to 5 minutes, and you know, eventually you hit that spot. But you got to do a really good warm up first, right? You got to get the heart pumping, you got to get the body primed, and really ready to go. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to lift as much, man. You know, it's going to affect the number and increase your risk of injury, I suppose, too, you know. Either way, not really a good thing. All right. I literally, okay. Whew. Boy. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Dude, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I should do either squats or deadlifts tomorrow, you know, like yesterday I was just kind of thinking about it in my head. Like, and then you were talking about deadlifts this morning, and I was like, I thought about it a little more. I was like, well, my leg day's on Tuesday, so maybe deadlifts would be better. So I went with deadlifts. Here we are, crushing it. I think I'm gonna go grab a belt. Be right back. All right, so we're now at 365. 395 is my current best for conventional deadlift. With straps. I suppose I should mention that. I don't know. There it is. So if I go up, let's go up 35. That'll be 85. And then we'll go up to 405. So 2 more lifts. And that'll be my day. Assuming that we can get 405. I feel like we got it. I can't think about it though. You know, this is where you gotta block out that like, any of those thoughts, that negative shit that like, oh, yeah, can I do this? Is this possible? You can't have those, man. You can't fucking have them. So, you know, so oftentimes is the thing that stops us from being able to actually succeed on our lifts. Liberty Street, what's going on? What happened here? We got raided. Electric nuts. Just raided the channel. Hell yeah. Electric nuts, how you doing, man? How was your day? How was the stream? We're just doing deadlifts, dude. That's it. That's it today. Just some deadlifts. I want to see how much I can lift with this hex bar. So, I think my favorite lift to go heavy on is deadlifts because it's probably, in my mind, it's the most functional lift that exists, right? Because most of the time we're going to find ourselves lifting things up off of the ground, right? And having to put ourselves in this type of position, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people lift things wrong and they're not actually getting their hips down to lift the things that they need to lift, so they end up hurting their back. It doesn't take much to throw your fucking back out, to be honest, you know? It's usually, it's not the heavy things that do it, it's the light shit, right? People hurt themselves, they hurt their backs by twisting wrong, right? Or taking a bad step or something like that, right? Like, it's in combination with not having proper lifting technique and wearing ourselves out, right? But by exercising properly, we strengthen all those things up, and that doesn't really happen. Did you get your doctor result? Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, it's already, it's same thing. The second results were like the same as the first. It was up a little bit, but nothing to go screaming joy about, right? I think so. I'm on TRT. I was 0.75 milliliters or some shit. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know what the goddamn dosing is. I just take what they tell me. I'm right now, I'm just going in to have them give me the shots until I can feel comfortable giving myself a shot. Like, I'll probably go in there and like maybe next time administer my own shot under their guidance so that I can see if I can do it. Otherwise, they'll just do it for me. I'll just go in. So like the way we're working it right now, I'm taking 2 shots, or a shot every 2 weeks, and then I'll go in for blood work and get some blood work done. And then when we get the results from the blood work back, the doctor will then, you know, kind of adjust the testosterone amount or whatever, I guess, if she feels the need to, or just keep up the same dosage. But I mean, it isn't, I asked them, I'm like, so like, is this like an indefinite thing? And I mean, it's a play it by ear thing, man. I mean, you know, sometimes testosterone therapy can help kickstart the body's natural production. Other times it won't, right? You know what I mean? And if taken for a longer period of time, then obviously it's probably not going to. But like, we're just doing, you know, whatever is recommended at this point. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not anything. I don't know hardly shit about any of this stuff. So I've never used anything in my life, you know, up till now. And I mean, this is literally for my own goddamn health. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I'm curious, you know, I'm curious to see if like along with this comes some benefits and like gains as well. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. You know, I mean, it takes about like 1 to or 2 to 4 months or whatever, you know, for the body to kind of like find a normal, right? And with what you're being given, and then at that point, you know, you can make some pretty good gains again, right? You should be a little bit healthier, being able to get better rest, you know, better mental well-being, right? And all without the extremely high risks of, you know, testicular cancer and all that stuff, because we're trying to not elevate our numbers so high, only keep us within a healthy range, right? So while there still is a little tiny bit of risk with this stuff, I mean, what doesn't come with risk these days? You know, I mean, fuck, dude, every time you get underneath a bench press, you risk that you could drop that bar on your face, dude, and knock out all your fucking teeth, you know, choke yourself to death. Like, everything has risk, man, you know? Like, if you want to eliminate risk, then just wrap yourself in a fucking bubble and stay inside. And even then, a plane could fall on your fucking house. I don't know, you know? And the bubble's not going to stop you. All right, let's do this, baby. Ah. Okay. Dude, I got to get this. I got to get this. I got to get it. Ah. There we go. Electric nuts. Take it easy, man. Have a good one. All right, we're at 4:05. Let me get some music in my head for this fucking lift here. Gotta have the music. This will be a PR if we get it. Otherwise, we'll fall just short of our personal best right now. Right. I got this. How to keep my fucking hips down, drive from my heels. So close, dude. We're so fucking close. I got it. I got it. Don't be a little bitch. Woo! Fuck yeah. So what you gotta do, just look yourself in the fucking mirror. Look here, motherfucker. Don't be a little bitch and lift that fucking weight. Oh, fuck yeah. Sometimes, dude, you just gotta unleash the beast. Whew. I don't know who the fuck was here, if anybody. I don't really care either way. It'd be nice if there were people here, but I don't fucking care anymore. I am so over giving a fuck. We just lifted 405 pounds. PR, baby! Oh. God damn, dude. Eagle Scout, what's up? Hey, we made it, dude. I almost feel like I could do more, but like, there's no way that I could put any more on the bar. Like it is maxed, dude. Check it out. Look at it. see there's no more room, dude. If I put another plate on it, it takes the place of the clip. So sweet. I did it, dude. We made it. I hit the 405. Bro, new PR. I don't know if I can count it though, but like it's a different bar, right? Like, so we're at 395 with conventional and now 405 with hex bar. I feel like the hex bar is a better drive, right? Because with conventional, I don't know if I would have been able to keep my butt down. I think that like, because I have to clear my knees, that little bit of like, might still be like, I'm really, really close to being able to pull that with a conventional deadlift. But the fact that I did it with this, I'm stoked. I'm fucking stoked, dude. And I flipped the bar around. So like, look, I'll show you this bar, the way it works. See this bar? See how it's got, you see how it's got these straight and then this little dog ear, this little thing right here? If we flip it over, then the handles are higher, right? So we're like here rather than here, right? So I made sure to flip it over so that we could get as low as possible to the ground, right? That way we really maximize our range of motion, right? So we did it. We fucking did it. I'm stoked, dude. I think I probably would have scared everybody out of the gym. I'm pretty sure that lift was literally about everything I had in me, dude. Yeah, I definitely feel it, but I feel like too, like if you do your max lifts right, like they shouldn't leave you that sore, right? You shouldn't be walking away from your max lift attempts like, oh fuck, right? You know, unless you're doing like a whole entire workout or something, or you're like doing multiple maxes. Like, I mean, if it's maybe your first attempt at, you know, maxing out, then, you know, maybe I could see there being some soreness, but overall, generally speaking, I don't really feel like yeah. 420, here we come. Actually, we got to hit this for conventional next. Soon I need to do squats again. Like now that I have access to the gym, I really probably should be trying to perform some fairly regular and consistent max effort checks, you know? I think it's a good thing to keep you don't have to, you could do theoretical maxes too. It doesn't have to be like 1 reps, you know? 12 Eagle Scout, dude. Watch where you're swinging that thing. I can take somebody's eye out. Watch out. You almost hit me with it, dude. Oh, man. Dude, I know, right? He's just like super stud here. 12 incher, man, packing some heat. A whole foot long. Packing some heat. Oh, yeah. I keep getting ripped off up here. It's, yeah, I mean, it's that cold weather, dude. It's that cold weather. All right, well, damn, that was good. It's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna walk for a little bit on the treadmill. Let's kill some time. Yeah, we'll do that. I would do this. Let's try this. The stair stepper. The only problem with the stair stepper is it is so high. It's so high. We're gonna be like, I don't even know. All right, this is as high as it can go. My phone. can't actually go any higher than this. And this light right here is kind of fucked, but it's all right, whatever. Go. Workout begins in. Now? I guess so. How do we increase the speed on this? Oh, there we go. How'd you get your eye poked out? Well, you know, it was a 1 in a million, Doc. I swear. All right, we'll do like oh, dude, I feel good about that PR though. I seriously think looking at myself, telling myself not to be a little bitch, dude, helped. That would be so embarrassing and awkward. The power mill. Dude, stair steppers are legit. I was watching Train with Bruno and I like his idea. I want to get my, I think I'm going to try Stream Labs mobile one of these days and try and stream from it. The only thing I don't really like about it is it's hard to go off app, right? This is where I need another device, dude. I need just another small, it's a cheap ass tablet, dude. Like, I don't even care. It doesn't even have to connect to cellular data, just Wi-Fi. And then I could connect to my stream and to my Google Sheet from it. And I wouldn't have to worry so much about the stream on this phone. Rated, I was doing my deads. There was no way I was gonna not hit that final deadlift. Yeah, right? It's, you know, I mean, it can be very, very motivating to have, you know, a big raid or something like that, right? When you're about ready to do something, it's pretty cool. Yeah, Bruno rated you 63 people. Yeah. Yeah, he seems pretty chill. I was chatting with him just a little bit the other day. I've been in his stream a couple times, but never really, like, I've said hello in there a few times, but like, I think he was like, chat was just moving too fast or whatever. But he's pretty chill, dude. He seems like a pretty cool guy. Sandoval says that he's his trainer. Bruno is his personal trainer. Well, yeah, it's like online. Sandoval was telling me, I was asking somebody, asking him, like, how much do you pay? I can't remember what he told me, but basically, it's like he talks to him like twice a month or something like that, and gets plans or something. You know, hardly really seems like much of a personal thing, but I mean, I don't know what I don't know how things are run. You know, I'm trying to figure it all out because I would love to be, you know, like a personal trainer and get my certificate, but it's like trying to understand how that would work, you know, and online. I mean, you know, what I would have to do, how much time I'd be willing to spend, and how much my time would be worth, you know. So I would love nothing more than to become a personal trainer and to create workouts for people curated specifically for them. It would be a lot of fun, one-on-one, talking with them and trying to help people overcome their challenges, you know. I mean, the one thing that I would say as a personal trainer is I would really like that if my clients would listen to me, you know what I mean, like, and actually do all the things that I would tell them to do, because, you know, it kind of goes both ways, right? Like, you can't just pay a personal trainer for results. You have to put in the work too, and if you're not willing to do that, then what are we doing, you know? So but I'm just very curious, dude, you know, how it works. I know there's a lot of money in the fitness industry, probably an unjustifiable amount of money a lot of times in certain things. But I mean, you know, 15 fucking years of lifting knowledge can't just be for nothing, can it? Right? Like, I mean, I do know what the fuck I'm doing, and I feel like, you know, over the last, you know, 3 years here on Twitch, I feel like I should have proven that, you know, especially by maintaining my weight for like a whole fucking year at 195 pounds. Like, I mean, I barely came off of 195, but I don't have the paper, so I can't prove my knowledge to anyone, you know, other than just talking, right? And, you know, that's kind of what you need in order to be able to justifiably ask people for their money, you know. But it would be fun, and it'd be very rewarding, right? Be able to see people reaching their goals, making great changes. I mean, you know, being a hands-on trainer would definitely be a little bit better, because then you'd be able to be with somebody, but it probably also costs a little bit more too, you know, because then it's more than just, you know, a chit chat here and there, you know, a little verbal guidance or motivation. This is actually like hands-on, let me be your spotter, right? And really push you. So, I mean, in that aspect of training, things would definitely be worth way more, right? Because you're basically paying for extra reps, man, right? Like, if you have a personal trainer with you that's gonna be there the whole time, they should be the ones that make sure that you do 10 fucking reps. And they should be the ones that make sure that it's hard for you to do those reps. they're the ones telling you, hey, go now. I don't care what you think. 2 minutes is up. Get your fucking ass on that bench and do it. Right? I mean, like this is how I talk to myself when I train. And like, I mean, if I was having a trainer with me, I would appreciate the same kind of chat, right? Do you? You know, it's those mental struggles, right? Like, they're tough. I mean, I do it too sometimes, but, you know, having a schedule, right? And, you know, trying to do your best to kind of stick to that thing can help with the feet dragging, right? Like, you just have to, like, make it be as important as a fucking job, right? Like, you know, you would do whatever it took, you know, to try and get to your job on time, or at least I would hope, right? You know what I mean? So you don't lose your job. And like, the same kind of mindset can be applied to fitness too, right? I mean, sometimes it might be a little harder because now we're choosing to apply this work style mindset to something that is not work. But if we do, schedules can help. Like for me, I mean, here would be my schedule, right? So like Mondays, I get off work at about 9 to 9:30 because there's no truck. I do whatever I can. I clean up, I fix shit, you know, whatever needs to be done. I'll mop out the back rooms, the freezers, you know, blow out, clean up a cardboard around the dumpsters outside, right? Just basically spruce the fucking store up inside and out. And so I got to be to work at 6, right? So from 6 to 9:30, I'm at work on Mondays. So my morning time, you know, 3 a.m. to 5 is about all I've got, right? And then after work on Mondays, you know, 9:30, 10 o'clock to 3 is my time frame that I can be live, really, right? So on every other day, you know, Tuesday through Thursday or Friday, unless for some reason we're lacking in stock or I've, you know, broken it all down or something, usually I'm there until 11, right? I only work part-time. So I'm there until 11, so from 6 to 11, and then I'm off. And then I, you know, can go to the gym and get to the gym at like noon, right? So from like 12 to 3. And the reason, you know, 3, my kids are getting home and, you know, they want to use the gym in the garage. So the afternoons, this gym is crowded. So it's just, that's really the only time. So I have about a, you know, 5-hour window of opportunity split apart 2 times that I can actually make shit happen. And, you know, if I start to fall behind, then I may not be able to do my workout or something, you know? And it's really, really like my daily workout routine has become very much habitual, you know? Like I am addicted to this shit. And I fucking love it, you know? Like, yeah. So when I don't get to do it, it really upsets me, you know? Like it genuinely pisses me off. I get frustrated. And, you know, that frustration bleeds over into other aspects of my life So like in my mind, it's just not worth it not to do this every day. Sundays is my one day that I really give myself, you know, to not do anything. That's my day for rest and recovery. Yeah, it's a healthy habit. Absolutely. Yeah, it definitely is not a bad thing to be addicted to. And I think more than just like this experience, it's the way that it makes me feel throughout the day. That, you know, maybe the fear of feeling that stress or that anxiousness or that frustration, you know, that's enough of a drive for me to not, you know, because when I'm mad at myself, fuck, it's worse than when my wife is mad at me, you know, like it's not, and so to try and avoid that kind of feeling and have to live with that, you know, that is enough sometimes to just, you know, because like my mad self will come out and be like, bitch, if you don't do this, I'm gonna fuck you up later today, right? Like in my mind, you know, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, you're right, I should just do it. And so, you know, it's like that battle of the consciences in your head, you know. I mean, these don't really happen. It's not like these thoughts are actually like manifesting, but like, you know, they are in some degree. Not so much verbally like that. I mean, I'm putting words to them, but you understand what I mean. Like, because it will, you know. And if you don't do it, then you're in your head for the rest of the day, right? And it's like you feel like you cheated yourself or something, or, you know, you let yourself down. And, you know, if you let yourself down, then you're surely going to let everybody else down, you know? So it's like, it's just not a good way to feel. All right, we're done here. We're like 2 minutes and we'll have, well, no, three more minutes and we'll be at 20 minutes for this. I'm sweating my ass off. So they released the open beta for Skull and Bones, the Ubisoft game, the pirate one, and so like I downloaded it. It's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I played through the starter island thing and I was like, this game sucks. But then I sailed away from there and I was like, maybe it could be pretty cool, seeing all the potential. Yeah, you heard so many negative things. I know. My first impressions were not good, right? It feels a bit like under animated, if that makes sense. Like it's a bit clunky, right? Like they were a bit lazy there. However, I mean, it's still in early access, and you know, or this is just a beta, so things are definitely likely to change. But yeah, that's not surprising me that it's mostly negative things so far. Kind of a interesting game. I don't know, you know, the ship combat is kind of weird. Like I would expect much more of an actual, you know, ship. And it's not really a ship. PlayStation's answer to Splatoon Foam Stars is also doing bad. So is that a new? So Splatoon So are these two different games? Like, did PlayStation try and make their own, like, Splatoon wannabe called Foam Stars? I've played Splatoon before. It's kind of fun. Me and my kids played it once. Right, that's where you go and paint everything, right? But in a cartoon way, yeah. Huh. I don't really like Sony, to be honest. Like, PlayStation, I've always been more of a Microsoft, you know, guy myself. All right, we're there. Wait, you lapped, yeah, okay. Hold on. I've got to, oh man, I fucking stink today. I'm like super sweaty. I sweat like all over this thing. Oh man. I should probably throw this towel in the dirty. All right. Oh my God. I'm putrid right now. I'm fucking nasty. So, if anybody's like, if you're ever curious, right? Like, you know, sometimes you can just like, sometimes you sweat and it's just like super fucking stinky, you know, like almost like for me, sometimes it would be like almost like an ammonia type of smell, right? And this is a byproduct of your body actually starting to burn fat. Like it's so like when you start to smell like all stanky, sweaty and shit like that, it's probably because your body's been releasing ketones or, you know, starting to enter like a pretty good fat burning state. And when you burn the fat for energy over glycogen, sometimes your body can have some nasty smells with it. It's just like a byproduct of it. Happens. It's pretty natural, to be honest, but just the way it is. So if you ever are noticing yourself really, really fucking stinky, it's probably because you're, you know, like whenever I notice this, it's usually in the mornings and when I'm fasted, right? Because in a fasted state, it's going to be more likely for your body to start to produce ketones because your glycogen stores have been depleted, right? So after blood glucose and things like that have stabilized to like, you know, normal levels, and you wake up in the morning and you do a good intense cardio session or a heavy lift and you start sweating your ass off, if your heart rate's up there, you're probably burning some fat. So at least that's what I've read. I've read this on the interwebs. I think it can mean some other things too, but it's just one of those things. Body's so weird. I was talking to my doctor too. I was like, so, because she's like, my triglycerides are high, right? And I'm like, well, I don't really eat all that much sugar. And she's like, you need to lower your sugary carbs. I'm like, well, what if I don't really eat very many sugary carbs? Like, well, then is it starchy carbs? Yeah, probably the starchy carbs. So potatoes. Potatoes have gone. Now, I have quinoa in my meals, and I've only been eating like half of that. So like this week, my carbs, your triglycerides were high too. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, like they said my triglycerides weren't super high to where they would need to be like considering any form of like medication or anything like that, but they were just a little bit high, and they told me I needed to monitor my sugary carbs. And when I told them I have been, and I haven't been having them, like if I do have sugary carbs, it's extremely rare, and my sugars rarely ever go over like 60 grams or 70 grams a day. Maybe we might hit like 80, right? Like, but barely do we ever hit that, right? That's like when I have like extra bananas and stuff like that, you know, and this is where a lot of my sugars come from, you know, like when I eat 3 bananas a day, I mean, you know, and an apple, like, is that bad? Is that maybe it's a problem. But then again, I don't do this every single day. Most of my days are pretty much sugar free, right? So I'm not sure where it's coming from or why. But yeah, getting old sucks, I guess. I think that's what's happening. I'm just turning into an old man. This is fucked up. Jack Trowbridge, what's going on? Welcome in. How you doing? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Yeah, we had a good day. We did set a PR, 405 for deadlifts. I feel like maybe I probably could have done just a little bit more, but I was maxed the fuck out on the bar, so there was no room for any more weight. Plus, it was like a second attempt at it, and I'm pretty sure my form did get a little bit sacrificed, but we're good. Oh. Well, let me see here. Your bot is doubling messages. No, I think... Oh, is that what? Yeah, it does that, dude. He's not spamming the follow button. It's just, dude, something's up with the bot, man. It's like, I don't know. Here's what happens, Eagle Scout. Here's what happens. Okay, so the bot, it breaks with the music, right? Like the music won't come through sometimes. And so I'll go in and I'll do Spotify Connect. And when I do Spotify Connect, sometimes it starts to double like responses, dude. I don't understand it one bit, but it happens. It's some kind of bug with the Spotify song request thing and StreamerBot and the way that they work. And maybe there's more to it than just that, because like Touch Portal also hooks into my Spotify account, and dude, it's a complicated mess, and it breaks a lot, and some of the byproduct is like doubling fucking messages, dude. I don't know why it does it, but it does. It's annoying. Whatever, it is what it is. Nobody's spamming nothing, I don't think. Because it was, all right, so Stream Elements, which isn't even actually supposed to be responding, because I shut that off like ages ago. Those Stream Elements shouldn't even be a part of my fucking stream, other than like the custom little quack command that you put in and like that kind of shit, right? Like Stream Elements should not be notifying anybody of anything. It needs to shut the fuck up. And then like StreamerBot, how much weed did I say I smoke again? As much as I can. I actually don't smoke weed, I smoke dabs, right? So like, is it the same thing? Like if it's an extract of weed? Like I haven't smoked any flower in a really long time. But I mean, I don't know. I go through like maybe like a gram every 2 days. In the equivalent of flour, I have no idea how much that is, dude. Like, I don't know what it takes to make a gram of oil. How long have I been smoking daily? For a long time. Years. Years. I mean, I started smoking when I was like, probably like 15, right? And then decades. And then when I got into my, when I got into my, like maybe early 20s, I got a job in the union as a carpenter, so I stopped smoking pot for like quite a few years, like almost 10 years. And then as pot became legal again, I just started fucking smoking it, you know? And even before it was legal, I was like, it became legal on a medical level, and I got out of the union. And so I started smoking pot again. Like, the only reason I wasn't smoking is because it was like, it would have cost me my job if I smoked in the union. And one time I actually did piss a dirty UA. Like, I was working, they call it, so as a union carpenter, right, you get random UAs. They'll be like, oh, your name was called. It's literally just random. Like, you just, you get a random UA, and then they'll like, after that, they like remove your name for like a month, so you won't get another random UA for like 30 days. And then after that, you might be getting random UAs again. And like, so we would get random UAs. And I remember one time I got a random UA, and I fucking tried to go and buy one of those like tinctures, that you could drink real quick and like clear your piss out. And I accidentally drank like way too much water, and I diluted my UA, so I had to go in and take another one. And like the second time that I went in and took one, I tried to use somebody else's piss, and it was too cold, so they made me sit there until I had to pee. And when I peed, I actually peed dirty. So I was like, motherfucker. And I had to go to this class. Like, I didn't get fired or anything. I got a week off without pay, and I had to go to a class. And this class that I had to go to was called Up and Smoke. Yeah, I have a vape pen. I mean, it's just the same as oil, though, really. Like, it's not much different. They just, you just buy little cartridges for the thing and put it on. But yeah, I had to go to this class when I was, and I mean, it didn't really affect me that much. Like, nothing happened. Like, I didn't lose my job or anything. No, a little cartridge pen will last me a while, because I don't really smoke them very often, right? Like, so when I buy like a cartridge to smoke on my vape pen, it lasts me a long time, because I would rather not hit it, you know what I mean? Like, I would rather take a dab, because I can't match the intensity through a vape pen to what I can do with a dab, right? When I take a dab, I can practically blow my lungs up, and when I hit on the vape pen, it's just a hit on a vape pen. And my wife, she eats edibles, so she does not like to smoke. She smoked once, and actually, she's tried a couple times, right? So I got my wife one time to take a bong hit. She took a hit off a pipe, and she's taken a couple hits off of a dab pen, right? She's never actually taken a full-on dab, but I had this. I'm gonna switch off Wi-Fi real quick. And you guys are going in the passenger seat. How many times a day? Like 3. Usually like once or twice before work, and probably like, 2 or 3 times after work. I usually try to take one, like sometimes I'll take one and then usually after I get back from the gym as well. Definitely helps with my mood, my relaxation and stuff like that, and my ability to just chill the fuck out. As far as like actually like providing any form of like help with like recovery, I don't think it really does that. CBD might, but you'd have to take a decent amount of CBD to actually get some benefits in that way. But CBD is definitely the healing part of the plant, right? Like you have CBD, like CBG, CBNs, all the CBs, all those little cannabinoid parts. They're going to be like everything that holds all like the medical value and the benefits. Whereas like THC is just the fun part, That's the part that gets you fucking high and gets you rocked. And smoking it and eating it are 2 totally different things as well. Like if you eat edibles, some people actually report having hallucinations. It can have hallucinogenic effects. Oh yeah. Almost home. How many times do you spade in between each hit in the evening? Well, as far as the edible thing, it's completely different. Like it's just the way the body breaks it down is a lot different. So it does tend to take a longer amount of time, you can take up to 30 minutes to an hour for edibles to actually like make you feel an effect, right? Like physically. So yeah, people will get themselves fucked up on edibles. And if somebody eats too many edibles and they're new and they're not used to it, dude, they're gonna have a bad fucking time, dude. If you're trying to eat edibles for the reasons to like control anxiety and those kind of things, and going on a fucking high, trip, is not going to be in your best interest, right? So like, however, edibles, when done in the proper dosage, can be very, very beneficial to the person's mind, right? Like, because it allows our minds to just kind of like just relax, man, and slow down. It allows our bodies to kind of just chill the fuck out a little bit. It relieves our stresses, right? You know what I mean? And just kind of like loosens us up in general, right? But yeah, edibles, you got to be careful with them, right? So then it's all about the dosage. Yeah, it's all about the dosage, man. I mean, you know, the dosage is generally speaking going to be about 5 to 10 milligrams per person per individual, right? So like when we buy like a candy or something, you know, like it usually comes with 100 milligrams of THC in it. It won't always be dosed out, right? Like, but my wife will just kind of like now she's eating these gummies, right? And so she eats a quarter of a gummy. 1/4 of a gummy works great for her. And then there's also a tincture, right? It's a tincture that's a 1 to 1 to 1 to 1, right? It's got CBD, CBG, CBN, and THC. It's got all of these things, right? So in it at a 1 to 1 to 1 ratio. So it's like an $80 vial of stuff, dude. It's like this big, right? And you literally take like a drop or two and drop it on your tongue. It's got a little dropper and you just on your tongue, underneath your tongue or whatever, right? And then that usually helps her like when she has like a headache or she feels like she's just getting super overwhelmed, right? Because it's enough to give her a little bit of like control without sending her out of control. Yeah, you won't really typically. I mean, there are so many components to pot, and they're isolating new ones all the time, dude, and like figuring out ways to like, you know, grow these strains with different types of stuff, and different things do different things for different people, you know. different folks, man. I don't know. I'm gonna go inside. I'll be. But Izzy, what are you doing, bro? Izzy. Okay, there's Izzy. He's waiting for me. Come on, Izzy. Izzy. Hey. You fucking dumbass. Izzy. Come on. Go. Izzy. Go inside. Hello. I saw. I'll put on Wi-Fi real quick. Tell Izzy that about mobile streams, dude. There's no way for me to flip the image so that you guys actually get the right perspective. It's like, why does it have to make things backwards? Like, that's not how you would see me. That's not how you would see that if you look at, like, if I look at it, I don't see it that way. Nah. I mean, I've thought about it for a few times. I've thought about it. Like, I've considered, like, what if I were to do this, would it help? Would it make a difference? Would it change things? What would it do? I mean, am I just being a fucking idiot? Like, I don't know. I find that, like, I find it like this, right? I mean, sometimes people feel like weed's a bad thing, a vice or whatever, right? You know what I mean? And like, it's not good. And, but oftentimes, you know, these same people, they drink, you know? And so like, in my mind, like, how can you can't, I don't see any valid justification for being like for one thing and against the other. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really be like okay with alcohol and not okay with weed. You know what I mean? Like literally, like you fucking can't, dude. There is so many more deaths due to alcohol per year than there is with weed. Weed is a gateway drug. BS right there. Yeah, it is actually, because look, the thing that it is BS, right? The only reason that weed's a gateway drug is because you had to go to a dealer who would be more than willing to sell you anything else too, therefore being the gateway drug to other things. Now, if I go to the dispensary and they try and sell me heroin, well, they're going to get shut the fuck down, right? They're going to get arrested. They're going to get shut down. It's going to be a bad thing for them. The dispensary won't ever exist anymore, right? You know what I mean? Like, because they can't do that. It's not legal. But it is legal for them to sell weed. So right now, anymore, the gateway drug argument no longer works, at least in states where it's legalized. Because why are you, if it's legal in your state, then why are you buying weed from somebody else, dude? Why the fuck would you do that? Like, the prices aren't even, dealers can't even compete, dude. You know what I mean? Like, what I used to get weed for, I get it way cheaper now. And I get it from a fucking dispensary where it's been tested, and I can get oils and all kinds of other goodies, right? Yeah, IBS issues and some, yeah, soreness after working out. Yeah. There's creams, you know, like topical lotions. I use some. I have a couple. I'm switching back to mobile because I feel like the connection on Wi-Fi sucks bad right now. And I don't quite understand why that is, but it's definitely the way it is. As long as she's in office, weed will never be legal here in Iowa. Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of fucked up. I mean, maybe she needs to go. I'll be right back, dude. I gotta grab my bong. I forgot I was cleaning my piece. They just legalized weed in Ohio earlier this year. Did they? Nice. That's good. I like to hear that, you know, because that means that we're making steps in the right direction, you know, as far as all the weed legalization and stuff, you know. That battle is just never ever going to end, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's not until we can federally decriminalize pot, right? It's always going to be an issue because the states are going to have different beliefs, and you know, and then it gives the government and federal, it gives the, you know, the government some form of control even within your state. Like right now, like, so it's legal here in Oregon, but if I go onto Mount Hood and I have weed and I get busted, guess where I am? I'm in Oregon, but I'm on federally owned land. Therefore, they fall under federal law, and because federally it's illegal, I am now breaking the law, and now it's a whole different thing, you know? And so same with if I go pick up mail at the post office and something happens and I get fucking busted at the post office, then I'm on federal land, right? So also the whole gateway drug depends on the person. If a person has a history of a certain behavior, then more than likely they'll move on to other things. Weed isn't the issue, it's the person. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you know, like, yeah, that's right too. I mean, and you know, it's not like, yeah, we just need to decriminalize pot. It needs to be treated like, you know, as like alcohol is, right? That's, God, look at this. I just can't get this out of here. This is all, I filled this with acetone. It's the only way I can really break this shit down. I can't believe it didn't dissolve. I guess it probably wasn't, literally, dude. This is what I gotta do to clean it out. I could get like a pipe cleaner or something, but then I'd have to go inside, and I started soaking this before I went to the gym. I thought it would have been. See if I have a paper towel. Nothing out here. Be right back. What's going on here? Liberty, take it easy, man. Have a good one. Thanks for being here. Did we set new PR? Crushed it. Hell yeah. You got to witness the might. Come on, just let's go. It's like, damn it. So was weed already like medically legal in Ohio? Zero? Read chat. Fucking ads. I would rather not fuck the ads. What did I miss, dude? Hold on. Oh, does anybody know Seeker's real name? No. I don't. I do not. But if he saw you asking that, he'd probably ask if you were a cop. Have gone. I got to get ready. Got a busy day over here. See you, Liberty. All right, man. Have a good one, man. Take it easy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of curious what's up with him as well. I know last he was talking about he was pissed off because he couldn't do the rowing, right? Because he was like he fucked up his something nerve again or something acting up, I think maybe, and he was all mad because he couldn't row. All right. Time for a monster dab. Ah, damn it. Are we in an ad? Let me know when we're back from the ad. Tad's been pulling some deep combo about the green cloud. Trojan Mango's grilling on vape habits while Eagle Scouts is cruising for a car ride and dropping knowledge bombs on edibles. They're debunking myths like weed is a gateway drug. Total bro science, am I right? Don't forget to meow at Izzy, because why not, dude? Izzy, meow. Oh, man. I love ChatG. I love the fucking Frosty tools, man. Always makes me laugh. I gotta get it to stop using fucking weird emotes though. Like I don't like how it puts emotes in the middle of words. I don't know why it does that. Meow. Tell Izzy I said meow. Chunk. Chunk's out here with me right now. Chunk, what are you doing? What are you doing, huh? Chunk loves me. So happy with my results today. Yeah, why not? I know, right? Ah. I think milk can give anything fucking diarrhea. Honestly. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why that didn't work. Like honestly, those should be hooked up. Let me change it here. Hold on, turn my phone sideways real fast. We can change. Oh, that's the living room. Oh, my garage is like only half connected. Weird. That light's not responding. I hate when they do this. And it doesn't help that this light's on either. You can't actually see the colors, but it's weird, right? Like, so they're network lights, and there's one. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 lights in the house that are hooked up to the Wi-Fi, right? So now, last is they stopped responding. Some of them. I had to reboot my router. When I rebooted my router, they came back and they were all sorts of fucked up and jumbled around. And like, I had to go into the app on the computer and like disconnect and reconnect the lights because they weren't working right because I think they got given new IP addresses. So I don't really want to have to go in to my router and assign an IP address for all 11 fucking lights. But like I may have to, right? Like I could go in, assign a specific IP. That way they always get the same IP address based on their MAC address. Fucking pain in the ass. But I may have to because it looks like I'm going to have to reboot them again. And I imagine when I reboot my router again, it's going to get fucked up again. And I think it's more likely my router's issue than it is with the lights. You know, it's just the lights are just getting given an IP address by the router. Chunk, you got stuff everywhere. Look at him. Oh. He loves me. Oh, he's purring. Isn't he cute? Pretty kitty. Yeah. He's got like scabs everywhere, right? So like he loves it when I do this because I am able to kind of like get the scabs out of his fur a lot easier than he is, and I can scratch him without hurting him. So he loves me because I am like his groomer, right? Like right now, right here, he's got a bunch. I can feel them all right here next to his ear. Oh, he's got a big one right here. Ah, oh, chunk. It's like over the last like 3 years in the winters, his fur gets really bad. His coat in general. I mean, you know, we give him wet food but he's miserable. You're a miserable kid, eh? He is, yeah. He's the oldest one that we have. He's probably, I want to say like 7, maybe 8. 7, probably 7. Which is kind of old, you know, it's getting up there for cats. Oh, but look at him. He loves me. He's definitely more my cat than like anybody else's, right? Like we have a pretty special relationship. He's a good cat. He really is a very good cat. Like he's one of the most like well-behaved cats, other than the fact that he's a fucking asshole to other cats, right? Like, you know, we never have a problem with him getting on the table or the counters or anywhere that he's not supposed to be. You know, he respects our stuff. He comes and he'll sit on the bench next to the kids, like when they're eating dinner sometimes, but he doesn't beg. He just sits there. If you give him a piece of food, he'll sniff it. Sometimes he'll eat it. Sometimes he won't. He just likes to be with us, you know? He's always in the same room as us, you know? He just chills with us, hangs out. I was the first person to ever hold him. I was the first person to ever hold you. He didn't go. One of the cats that was left behind that nobody got. And so I took him and I just showed up with him. I showed up with him at home one day and I was like, look, look what I have. And my wife was like, what the fuck? How do you say no to a cute little cat like this? Just eye. Oh, he's got the big old push and boot eyes, huh? Don't ya? Yeah, I know. Oh yeah. He's a special little kitty. And he doesn't really shed that much. Like, I mean, I've been like petting him a lot, right? I like I have a little bit of fur on my, like, hardly anything, you know? That's part of his problem too, is that he doesn't shed. So whenever he like gets like a little scab or something stuck in his fur, he can't get scabs, trying to get the one dangling scab his back. Like, holy fuck, like right by the base of his tail is just like so fucked up. And I really do. Yeah. Tell me if you have Chunk. Come on. Out here. Let's go. No, come on. Oh. Let me just unplug. It was probably unplugged a little bit or something. Is it better now? Let's see, watch. Watch what I do with this little bastard. And he loves it. Chunk, come here. Oh, yeah. All right. That yeah, his head, the way he's like, if you put your hand in front of him, he will bite the shit out of your hand. He's like, hey, thanks, Hooman. Yeah, yeah. It definitely like obviously it's taken us a long time to get to the point where I could actually do that to him. Um, and he'll let me shave him a little. Right now, he's too scabbed to shave. I have to wait until his skin heals, and he doesn't have any, like major scabs. Everything is like disconnected from his skin. You know what I mean? Like it can't be like a scab because otherwise, because I can cut the scabs off as long as they're not attached to him, right? And that's the problem. So, we almost had it, but then we had another cold spike and we had to start turning the heaters on again. And as soon as we do that, it's like his skin dries out and he gets all screwed up. Poor little guy. I feel bad for him. I don't know what to do. We brought him to the vet. The vet said, well, I mean, it's really hard to try and determine any kind of like allergy for a cat just because there's so many too many variables, So it's tough. Not much we can do. Antibiotics don't really seem to help. I mean, like they said, if we ever needed to, we could schedule an appointment and they'll give him a shot of some antibiotics. But I mean, he hasn't really, I don't know. He hasn't really gotten, like they can't do that like all the time. You know what I mean? There's like a limited times, after a while overdoing it too many times, like it starts to become ineffective, right? So like see him in a pretty bad condition to give him antibiotics, but if he ever got real bad, we can always call and make him an appointment. But he's all right. He seems pretty good. We manage it all right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I got a lot of it out. Broke a lot of it free. I can tell how his state of mind is by the way he moves his tail around. He's constantly moving his tail, like constantly. Like right now, he's just kind of like, he's not happy. He's not mad. He's not upset. He's a little bit anxious over, I don't know what, but he probably hears one of the other cats on the other side of the door. So that's why his tail's going kind of crazy right now. His tail just won't fucking stop. Look at it. Count the number of times he wags his tail back and forth. Jesus, Chunk. It just doesn't stop. Like, do your cats just constantly wag their tail like him? He's the only one of my cats that do it. Only one. It doesn't. Chester's will flick sometimes at the end, like he'll flick it around, but nothing like this. And all of my cats walk around with their tail sticking straight fucking up in the air. Like every single one of them. They all, they're the king shit. And they just, look at my ass. They love it. Your flame point does that. He's a little hyper thing though. Yeah. I mean, he likes my wife's hair ties. Like if he finds like one of those little circular hair, the elastic nuts over those water bowl all the time. Like they will, all of the cats love them. And if something like that, they will sometimes go and and they like there've been where I've found like and like some random ass shit in their fucking water. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why do they shit in their water? A good safe spot to keep this for later. I've seen him even dig it out of the bowl before. Like Chester has straight up stuck his paw all the way into the water bowl to like grab a hair tie out from the bottom of it, right? It was like in a full water bowl, just didn't even give a fuck. His paw was all wet afterwards and he went walking away shaking his paw. We love little kitty. All right, I'm gonna go inside. Chunk, let's go. Come on. See, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He knows what's up. What? All right, we're gonna end this. Make breakfast. Scrub Chunk down. Huh? Oh, here. The cats drug it out. I gotta make my shopping list later. I set a new PR today. 405 pounds. She don't care. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Everybody have a good one. Take it easy. Can I do a raid from the computer because I'm here? Might be easier now. Maybe. Except my computer's going kind of crazy. Yeah, fuck it. It's not working. Oh well. I'm just gonna have to end it because I think I need to reboot my PC by the looks of things. Thing is working out quite right. My mouse is kind of just like drifting across the screen. My PC is having a hard time functioning right now. This is what it does. It's not even anything. It's just like sitting. It's probably a fucking update. Is there a goddamn update? Cumulative update? Could be. I wonder if it's just this. Weird. I don't know what happened with this, but I'm gonna redo it.